I'll give one more shot at it, and then I'll move on.
It looks like the ball and putter go here.
Oh, okay. I already have putter. Attempt number 2. Oh, nice. Much better. Good start. Don't come back at me. Like, that's just such a waste of a shot. Nice. Okay, we're doing not too bad. Oh, that's not a good position to be in. I'll take it. I'll take par in that hole. Nice! Nice! What a shot. I'll take that all day. I think it's a hole-in-one, isn't it? Unfortunately, you can't skip this cutscene. I'm sorry. Chug its way through this mountain. Woo! Hole-in-one, baby. I'm doing well. Oh no. Okay, take that. Nice. It's only a par 5. Okay, I got like 13 shots to get this one. I can do this. Oh, not a great start. Can I go through the middle there? I think I can. No. Okay. Please don't fuck me over there. Oh. This corner fucking hates me. Thank you. Get in there. Oh.
I did it.
Nice. Thank God. So you take your completed card, stick it in there, and you get
a little toy pony.
You get this stupid pony. Now you're probably thinking, what the hell was the point of that? But you will need that thing for later in the game. Okay, so now let's finally go over... Oh, I guess we can check this place out first. So here's this random barn, but it needs a password in order for us to get in, so we can't do anything with it yet. Let's stare at how shitty it is. So let's go meet Richard Topham. Topham School for the Study and Development of Paranormal Powers.
Over here, Miss Drew. Find the toy mouse and give it to Yuri, would you please? Otherwise, he'll just keep meowing. He hates strangers.
A little random dude who I don't know. So this ugly cat... Oh my god. Every time I see it, I recoil in horror. Like, I'm sorry, but that is an ugly cat. So the toy is right here under this little desk shit thing. Shut up, cat. There you go. Play with your toy. And quit looking at me. So I don't want to see it. So here's Richard
How
Topham
nice of you
in
to
all his
drop by.
glory.
And thank you for walking instead of parking in the driveway. I'm expecting a pupil. I'd hate for her to have to park on the road.
It'd be pretty tough for me to drive across those bridges, so that's good.
How did you know who I was?
If one is to teach others how to develop and use their paranormal gifts, it's only logical that one must possess such gifts oneself.
Ooh.
Does that mean you can read minds or tell the future, or what exactly?
The paranormal includes telepathy or communicating by sending and receiving thoughts, extrasensory perception or perceiving that which cannot physically be seen or heard, and psychokinesis, using one's psychic energy to reshape or move objects.
Psychic energy, huh?
Jeepers, you can do all that?
No.
Yes. Well, on occasion. As I tell my students, increasing one's rate of success is simply a matter of practice.
Do you have a lot of
Do you
students?
have a lot of
Yes.
students?
Oh, indeed.
My cat.
I take them through exercises designed to help them increase their output of phantasmic energy. If you want
This
to sign
guy's
up
so
for an
full of crap.
introductory session, I believe I have an opening today.
I'm good.
No, thank you.
Oh. I'm afraid I'm busy, young lady. Far too busy to engage in idle conversation.
When would be a good time for me to come back?
I'll be blunt, Miss Drew. I've discovered that the more time I spend with the, shall we say, intellectually unendowed, the more my cerebral pulsations seem to
So this
diminish.
guy's a pretty big
I'm afraid I
pompous
cannot speak to you
ass.
further unless and until you prove that you are worthy. That
He
is,
thinks
that
a
your
lot of
brainwaves are
himself.
not unacceptably inferior and thus
Jesus.
deleterious to mine.
Like this guy would be a Nazi in World War II if he could, if he was around.
My brainwaves are just fine, Mr. Topham.
What I have here is an exercise in logic. If you can discern the correct solution, then I'll know that conversing with you will do me no psychic harm. You may take it
God,
with
this
you.
guy's a dickhead.
Good luck and good day.
I'm flipping him off behind the mic. So you can do this now. It's just a simple logic puzzle. I don't know if any of you have ever done one of these before. I did a couple of them in school. But basically, the words themselves are visual cues as to what you're supposed to type in. So this one would be all wet, because wet is everywhere.
That looks right.
And this one here would be doll up, because the word doll
Am I
is
smart or
going
what?
upward. I think that one's a double cross. Dry
That
up.
looks right.
They use the same clue twice, I guess. This one is big cheese, I believe.
Am I smart or what?
And I think that's it.
Am I
So
to assume that you have the
pretty
correct
simple.
solution to that logic problem?
I should wipe my ass with it first.
I
and then
think
give it
I
to him.
do.
Let's have a look. Why, you appear to have indeed found the solution.
Well, considering
Since
you're
you've
not
proved
part of the
yourself to be
stupid or
intellectually above
75%,
average,
I
which
think I
means
can
talking to you
communicate
should
with
do
you.
me no harm. What would you like to talk about?
Why is your hair gray and you're like 30?
When and how did you meet Josiah Crowley?
Last summer, while on my way to the university for a conference, I stopped for a bite at the Lilac Inn. Since it was crowded and I was in a hurry, I agreed to share a table with an elderly gentleman who, like me, was by himself. As soon as I told Mr. Crowley who I was and what I did, well, he
Wow.
insisted that I
He
give
was
him a
like,
training
"You're a
session
pompous
that
ass,"
very
and I was
afternoon,
like, "Yes,
and
I
was
will
so
show you in
thrilled with his
person."
progress that he demanded I stay and teach him everything I knew.
So it was his idea that you set up your school in his house?
I just kind of took
I
over
know
his
rumor
place.
has it that I somehow tricked him into it, that I insinuated my way into his home, but I assure you that was not the case.
No?
Were you surprised when you found out that Josiah had left you everything?
Delighted? Yes. Surprised? Not really. Josiah was all alone, you see, surrounded by people like the Crandalls and that banker, Jim Archer. People who were nice to him only because they knew he had money.
Ooh. Not unlike myself.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Go right ahead. The place is more like a museum than a house. Josiah was a man of many, many interests. I'll be right here if you have any questions.
Wasn't I
Now
talking to you, you fuckhead?
What's in the carriage house that's out back? Do you know?
That was Josiah's workshop, but I assume it contains even more detritus.
Did you hear about the explosion and
He
fire
doesn't
at the
seem to think
Lilac Inn
very
this
well
morning?
of Josiah.
I heard the explosion and fire. Ruined my 9 o'clock session.
So you were with a customer when it happened?
Pupil. I was with a pupil.
Pupil.
I run a school, not a vegetable stand, and yes, I was. Until I dismissed
Yeah.
her 20 minutes early. All the ruckus made concentration impossible.
I wish that place just burned to the ground. It saved me the trouble.
How well do you get along with Emily and her guardian, Jane?
Very well, as far as I'm concerned. But as far as they're concerned, well, the fact that Josiah left everything
Well,
to me
they're
made some
stupid,
people
so I
around
don't
here,
care about
including
them.
Emily and now this Jane Willoughby, very bitter. It hurts me, of course, but it's human nature, I suppose.
It's just a burden I'll have to bear.
It was nice talking to you.
It really
I'm
wasn't.
sure it was.
It wasn't. Kick him in the face. So you can have a little look around here. More clocks.
Was this Josiah's clock?
Everything in here was Josiah's.
I think this is a matching game if I remember right. Yeah. Hats. Nice. God damn it. Oh, god damn it. I'm worse than Mike at this. Where was the mouse head over here? Butterfly, hat. That was here. That was there. Light bulb was here, I think. So, no. There we go. She's done. Ah, I thought the game froze again. So we get another mirror. That's an ugly ass clock. Got this weird thing. Miles the Magnificent Memory Machine's ancient grandpa.
As you'll soon realize, Josiah's mental faculties were starting to go, I'm afraid. He tended to ramble. Very little of what he wrote in there makes sense.
Lest I
What
forget.
are you when you win barred bounce? What poet is the cat's meow? What will Para, my miniature golf course, get you? What's Gloria's middle name?
Testicle.
Becoder is in the rivet. 2 to the right.
Took Topham's intelligence test, answer fell down. So, yeah, I guess this is a clue just to help you if you can't get the journal right. Tickety talk, 300. Everybody, let's wake up. 3 o'clock, I think it's supposed to be. CC whereabouts, room off tunnel by scrambled picture. Tesla coil invented in 1891 by Nikola Tesla, fascinating. To open the big tick-tock on top, give Flute, Thisbe, and Paramus their cues. Bottom's cue is a note to Gloria. Poem on the golf course. Sounds like numbers to me. Like Ursula Horse from Sheldon. Ah, there's a reference to game number 8. And that's just a bug.
It looks like Josiah lent a trivet to someone, but I can't make out to whom.
Dear somebody, here is the trivet something you already at Twin Elms. So you gotta check out Twin Elms when you get the chance. So this is your main source of hints to the puzzles in this game. The one we're concerned with is this one right here. The lock on the carriage house that I already showed you. So you need 4 words to get into it. And we have 2 of them so far. We won barred bounce, and so we're keen. And we parred the miniature golf course, and we got a pony. So we need to find out what poet is the cat's meow, and what Gloria's middle name is. I think that's all we can look at here. Putting physics to work in the modern world. I don't know if you need any of this. Radiometer. It is doubtful, however, that the movement of the vanes can ever be put to such practical use, for the friction needed to turn a gear would prevent the vanes from spinning when exposed to light. That's what you think, depending on what you do with the light first, people. So, yeah, something to do with that.
The man on stage in this picture, is that Josiah?
Puck.
Yes, that's from a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream that he directed and starred in. It closed after 2 nights, but he didn't care. He loved that play.
Wonderful. More things from on a carousel. I have no idea what that thing is. Just playing some instruments, killing time. Not ready to leave quite yet. Can look at
What do you do
these.
with these?
I put them on the windshields
Flyers.
of cars parked in the area. Great
To
advertising.
discover,
Ever put them on
develop.
cars at the Lilac Inn?
all the
Your
time. I've
ability
gotten
to
quite a few
looks
pupils
like that
now.
dude's constantly.
I'm afraid that fire today was as unfortunate for me as it was for Miss Crandall.
So he just annoys people and puts them on people's windshields like some telemarketer. I'm sure people really appreciate it. Look at this. Some early animation. More flyers that I don't care about. And I think that's all you can look at in here for now, so that'd be a good time to leave. Well, I might as well check off some stuff on my task list.
That's done. I'm
To
finished with
Emily.
that.
Didn't go meet Jim Archer yet. We
I'm
saw
finished with
Josiah's
that.
house. Didn't find out what the receipt was for. That logic test.
I'm
we
finished
found
with
out.
that.
Took a good
I'm
look
finished
through
with
Josiah's
that.
things. We didn't answer the 4 questions. Find out what I am.
That's done.
Made
That's
par.
done.
I would hope Emily would know her mom's middle name.
That's done.
I did that. Okay, so making progress, making good progress. Okay. So we've done pretty much everything we can do here. So we may as well go into town now, I guess, and see what the hubbub is. One of the cool things about this game is you can actually drive your car around and you'll see. in a
That
second.
car I saw before is gone.
So that black Ford, whatever the hell is, it's not there anymore. So how you drive the car is you click and hold the direction you want to go and it'll speed in that direction. To park somewhere, I believe you hit spacebar. So you'll learn the layout of the town pretty good. These little things in the road are potholes. If you drive over them too much, you'll flatten your tire. This is the tire gauge in the corner here, and this is the gas gauge here. You constantly have to be refilling to get gas in this game, which is pretty annoying, but it is what it is. Krollmeister now. So here's Tubby's telegrams where we're going to pick up that thing.
Something I can do for you?
Well, my name's Nancy Drew, and my father
Say
said
no
that...
more. You're here to pick up some papers. They're in that envelope.
Paperwork.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Say, is that your roadster out there?
Yes, it is.
Nope, it's one
Did
I
park
stole,
somewhere
bud.
I shouldn't have?
No,
Don't
it's
call
just
the
that my
cops.
regular driver never showed up today, so I've got no way to deliver all these telegrams.
Ugh,
Would you like to earn some extra cash?
You mean you want me to deliver them
I
for
would
you?
not.
You've got a car, you're trustworthy, or at least your father thinks you are, so what do you say? I'll pay you 25 cents each time you complete a delivery. And
No.
you might even get some tips.
No.
Okay,
You
sure.
have to.
Great, you're hired.
It's the only way to make money
Deliver
in
this
this
to
game.
Seymour
and
out
you
at
need money
Blenheim
for
Nursery.
gas
Come
and
back when you're
various
done,
other
and I'll pay
shit.
you and give you another telegram to deliver.
Great.
So you
See
basically
in a
just
little
gotta
while.
drive around and deliver where these places are. So I'll show you that in a sec, but first let's stop at the Main Street
Hello,
bank to
I'm
talk
looking
to
for Jim Archer.
Right through that door.
Jim the Fat Man Archer. There
Hello.
he is.
Are you Nancy Drew?
Yes. Are you Mr. Archer?
Yes, ma'am. Jim Archer. I'm founder, president, manager, and just about everything else you can name when it comes to this fine enterprise.
Yes, it's such a great place.
I hear that some businesses aren't doing so well these days.
Ever since the stock market crashed, one business after
stock
another has
market
closed,
crash.
including banks. President Hoover keeps saying that a recovery is just around the corner, but you have to wonder.
Hint, it's not.
Is your bank doing okay?
Ask
I'm
him
happy
the
to
tough
report
questions.
that we're doing just fine, thank you.
Ask
Excuse
him
me.
the tough
Main Street
questions.
Bank, Jim Archer speaking. No, I don't. I'm sorry, but... Yes, I know, but... All right, then just bring it by.
Sounds unimpressed.
Sorry for the interruption. How can I help you?
You seemed upset about that phone call, Jim. You want to tell me something about that?
Do you happen to know whether the jewelry Emily inherited from her mother was insured?
Well, I know for a fact that it was not. Why?
Because someone snuck into the inn today and stole it.
Oh, no. I heard there'd been
He
a fire in
sounds
the
so broken
kitchen,
up
but
about it.
when
Well,
it rains,
that's
it pours, doesn't it?
terrible.
I told Gloria not to let that policy lapse.
Why did she let it lapse?
She felt that since Josiah Crowley would be leaving her a large sum of money when he died, or so she thought, paying to insure her jewelry just wasn't necessary.
Okay.
How well did you know Josiah Crowley?
Well enough for him to name me executor of his will. An executor is the person who makes sure the terms of a will are carried out.
Thanks for letting me know.
Why do you think he wound up leaving Gloria nothing?
I have no idea. Truth be told, he'd given me the impression that I would be well taken care of when he passed on too. But when I finally read his will, it all went to Topham.
Sounds like a right prick.
Where did Josiah keep his will?
He'd hidden it in a chest of drawers in his house. It took me months to find it. When he named me executor, he said he'd tell me where it was hidden when the time was right. Whatever that meant.
How did Josiah die?
He was sitting in the public library reading when
tuberculosis. It
apparently
wasn't
his
a nice
heart
death.
just decided it was time to stop.
What was he reading?
His favorite book, The Make-Up Secrets of Lon Chaney.
The will you found in Josiah's house.
He was
Is
reading
it
the
possible
old
that
version
Josiah
of
didn't
Playboy,
really
and his heart
write
just
it?
gave out
Well,
'cause
the
he couldn't
thought that
take
it
all
could
the
be a
excitement.
forgery did cross my mind, but an expert verified that the will had been typed on Josiah's typewriter and signed in Josiah's hand.
Maybe Richard Topham bought the expert off.
As far as the
Jumping
law is
to a
concerned, the
lot
matter
of
is
conclusions
closed, Miss
here.
Drew.
But it's possible that Josiah's real will is still out there. Are you sure he never gave you any clue as to where he'd hidden his will?
Whenever I asked him, he said he'd tell me when the time is right. Although, he got a safe deposit box here about 3 years ago.
Has it been opened?
Topham has tried to claim its contents, but he can't find the key.
Maybe he knows the real will could be in there. Only he wants to destroy it.
Now, Miss Drew,
Jumping
I
to
wouldn't go
conclusions
jumping to any
again.
conclusions.
How well
Although
do you know
Topham is a
Jane
prick,
Willoughby?
too.
You know,
Everyone's a
Emily's
prick.
guardian?
It's a common
Not
theme
well
in
at
this
all.
game that
Met her
everyone's a
once or
prick.
twice. Seemed a little flighty.
What was Emily's mom like?
Had
She
a
seemed
good
a
head
little
on her
loose,
shoulders.
if you know what I
Friendly
mean.
too. Having a big slice of blueberry pie at the Lalakin was always a real treat. It'd be nice if family could carry on the tradition, but times are just too tough. If she's smart, she'll sell before the bills start piling up.
I guess I'll be going.
Goodbye now.
What did we learn? So there's a few things to
Don't you
look
ever
at in
use this
here.
typewriter?
That used to be Josiah Crowley's. It was the only thing he left me in his will. Naturally, it doesn't work. The keys always jam.
October 9, 1929. Dear Mrs. Sheldon, here is the trivet I said you could borrow for your party at Twin Elms. Please take care of it because I will want it back someday. Your friend, Josiah C. I wonder if Josiah ever got his trivet back.
So that tells it who has the trivet, because you couldn't read it on the note.
Who's Clara?
Clara
Ugh.
Pickford is this lonely old woman who comes in here every once in a while. Took a shine to me for some reason. Insisted on giving me that picture.
My ace in the hole.
Where did you get this clock?
Josiah Crowley gave it to me. It stopped keeping time the minute he walked out the door.
That receipt I found outside the inn. I wonder if the key it refers to is the one to this clock.
Shit. I think that's all you can do.
Is this your car?
No.
Yes, it is. Bought and paid for.
Is that your wife? Is that your wife, Jim? Okay, so we can go to Twin Elms, or we can go to Blenheim Nursery, I guess. Oh, we can also go here to
Hello,
get the
are you
key
Mr. Waddell?
appraised.
So what if I am?
I found this receipt, and I just wondered what you could tell me about it.
Let me see that. One
Let me show you.
resale value, item 493. Oh yeah, this was for that key Jim Archer wanted me to appraise.
Jim Archer wanted you to appraise a key?
Why the hell
It
would
was
your
very
receipt be a
ornate,
lilac
had
kid?
jewels all over it. Fake jewels, as it turned out. When I told him it was worthless, the cheapskate refused to pay me and told me to keep it.
Do you think I could have it?
Sure. Once you pay the appraisal fee,
Which is...
$1.50.
Here you go.
Good. Here's
You don't
the
even
key.
get a choice.
Enjoy.
He's gonna fork over your money, which leaves me with $1.60, so now we got no fucking cash. Boo! So I think Blenheim Nursery's over here.
Hello, I've got a telegram for Seymour.
Just leave it on the desk there. I'd, tip you, but as you can see, my hands are filthy.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to doll up some of my plants before this guy named Mr. Martin comes in. He's a big cheese at some oil company, and I'm hoping he... Ow!
Did that plant just bite you?
It did kind of feel that way.
I think I'll be going now. Bye.
Time to leave. Woo! So when you complete a telegram, you just gotta go back to Tubby's telegrams and stop in again. He'll give you some cash. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell is that thing doing on the road? Your cow got out. Do something about it.
Did you deliver that telegram?
I sure
Nope.
did.
Good for you. Here's your money.
I think you make
And
like
here's your next
25
telegram.
cents per
Take this to
telegram.
Counselor Alice out at Camp Avondale. Keep up the good work.
So you can literally do that forever. They just keep giving you new places to give stuff to. I don't know. I can't remember if it repeats or not, but yeah. So Twin Elms, I believe, is up here. Sir.
Mrs. Sheldon?
Yes?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm a
I
friend
don't
of
know what
Emily
this place
Crandall's.
is. Like,
Get
is it
on
someone's
with it,
house? Is it a
dear.
hotel?
I was wondering, would it be
Is it a rich
possible for me to
person's
see
club?
the
I don't
trivet you
know.
borrowed from Josiah Crowley?
You may not only see it, you may have it. Once I find it, that is. Unfortunately, I've an errand to run, so I can't look for it right now.
Maybe I could run the errand for you. I have a car.
So I see. A rather expensive car at that. Very well, Miss Drew. Go fetch my bridge cards from Miss Drakowski, and upon your return I shall present you with that trivet.
Who's Miss Jakowski?
The local telephone operator. You can find her at her house, or Titusville Telco, as she insists on calling it. The switchboard is in her parlor. As you can imagine, she never entertains. I,
Snobby
on the
rich
other
people.
hand, am expecting company within the hour, so do hurry.
Ugh. So yeah, this is gonna send us on like a big wild goose chase if you haven't figured it out already. God damn it! Why is that cow there? Someone deal with it. Titusville Telco.
Yeah?
Are you Miss Jakowski?
Yeah? And you are?
Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Emily Crandall's. You know, at the Lilac Inn.
Oh, yeah! I put you through to your father, didn't I? You pick up those papers for him yet?
Actually,
That's creepy.
Wait a minute. How did you know about that?
See this headset I'm
That
wearing?
must
I
suck.
plug it in
Back
and
in the day
what
when
do you
the
know?
operators
I
could hear
things.
everything that
Look,
you're
I'm
talking
kind of pressed
about.
for time. Going to a party and it takes me a while to get dolled up. What do you need?
Mrs. Sheldon asked
I
me to
need
pick up
bridge
her
cards.
bridge cards from you.
Tell you what, I'll get you those cards if you drive that fancy car of yours over to the orphanage and pick up some raffle tickets from Mrs. O'Shea. I should be able to unload a ton of them tonight.
I'd be happy to.
Good, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm coming.
It'd be just phones ringing off the hook all fucking day. Ugh. So I think the orphanage is down here. There we go.
Excuse me, are you Mrs. O'Shea?
Yes?
My name is Nancy Drew, and
Stephen, put that down this instant. We do not run with sticks in our hands or in our mouths.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. You were saying?
Miss Jakowski asked me to pick up some raffle tickets from you.
Oh, yes, the raffle tickets. The fact of the matter is Elsie, no hitting. I can't even think about those raffle tickets right now. I promised the children they'd each get a toy for going a full week without breaking anything. And I'm short 5 toys. Do not eat that, Clarence.
Would you like me to get 5 toys for you?
Oh,
No.
goodness, if you could do that, I'd be forever grateful.
Why do we
They can
just
be any kind of toy
volunteer
at
to
all.
do
The
everything
children
for
aren't the least
people?
bit picky. Of
Jesus.
course it tastes bad, Clarence. It's a pine cone. I better go
It's a
rinse out his mouth
dildo.
before. Oh, would you look at that? He's actually chewing it. You're not a squirrel, Clarence. Spit that out this instant.
Some children giving themselves bodily harm. So now we gotta go to the general store, I believe, and pick up toys for these kids, which completely eviscerates your money. After this, you got like 20 cents. It's ridiculous. Is the general store down here? No. that cow still there? You bet it is. Ugh. Where you be, general store? There you are.
Maybe I could buy some toys for the orphans in here.
At least they're only 25 cents.
Two toys down, 3 to go.
Just give the orphans like a stick.
I can't get the toy without putting in money
Piss off.
first.
Just give the orphans a stick with some fabric on it and they'll be fine.
That makes 3 toys. Four toys. I just need one more. Five toys. That's all I need.
Woohoo. God damn it. Why isn't this town on a grid system? I'm really sorry about this, people. Like, you really only have to do the downtown driving all over the place once, so I kind of want to get it out of the way early, just so I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Hi, do you have 5 toys for me?
I certainly do.
Oh, that's wonderful. You're such a saint, you hear me? A saint.
We're a
I'd better
saint.
get these inside before the children see them. Thank you so much.
Mrs. O'Shea, the raffle tickets?
Oh, the raffle tickets? I don't have them, dear. You'll have to pick them up from Phelps' print shop. Then just take them straight to Mr. Kowski. We don't
Like, just
pull
buy a
our
trivet
raffle,
at this point.
especially when we have jelly on our hands.
Phelps print shop. Wonderful.
I think that's just down the road.
I've only
Like-
got half a...
Literally just walked there
Sorry,
and picked
young
them up.
lady, I'm about to close.
I'm just here to pick up the raffle tickets you printed for Mrs. O'Shea.
Oh, darn it. I did tell her I'd have those done today, didn't I? Well, I'm sorry, but they're just gonna have to wait until tomorrow.
Oh, but I need to have them today.
And I
You're
need
shit
to
out of
go
luck.
fishing.
Fishing?
My brother-in-law thinks he's hot stuff because he caught an 18-inch largemouth bass this morning. So I bet him I could catch a 19-incher by the end of the day. And if I do, I get his stamp collection. And if I don't,
sounds
he
so
gets
interesting.
mine. And since stamp collecting is about the only hobby I can afford these days, I am going fishing.
I know. You stay here and print those raffle tickets, and I'll go fishing for you.
Not everybody can catch a 19-inch largemouth bass, you know. It takes skill and muscle and brains. Bass are pretty smart.
And mostly
I can
luck.
do it, Mr. Phelps.
You better be right, because you're not
Cool,
getting no
Phelps.
raffle tickets until I get my 19-incher. You
Ugh.
can use my
Hope he's
gear.
not
I
talking about
left
his wiener.
everything out at the fishing hole.
Great. I'll see you later.
Just left his shit at the lake. Oh, we're getting close to the end, people. I promise. So I don't think there's any particular
First thing
area
I
you
need to do
need
is
to
bait my
fish
hook.
in, or like any particular.
Now I
You need
toss
to
this in the
use-
water. And when
I
the
think it's
bobber
just
goes
luck
under
of
the
the
water,
draw.
I need to pull the line up fast.
Hopper in the weeds. So yeah, when the bobber goes down, you just click on the fishing rod.
I got a fish!
It's 19 inches.
Looks like 19 inches to me.
It's not a largemouth bass at all.
Ew, that fish I caught really smells.
I can't remember if you.
Let's see what you got in there. How about that?
Okay,
You
I
did
guess it works.
Here, let
It's
me
not a
take it from
largemouth
you.
bass at all.
Please
but
do.
He's too
I
stupid
think it's
to
starting to
realize
get a
that, I
little
guess.
ripe.
Just
Right.
rest yourself a minute while I get those raffle tickets. There you go.
Came up
10
pretty
dozen
quick.
tickets to the annual Orphans Benefit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go make a telephone call.
To your brother-in-law?
Yeah, the one who used to collect stamps.
Bye.
The old chuckle. Okay, so now we can finally take these raffle tickets back to Titusville Telco and get that trivet. I guess I might as well stop at Zippy's because I'm kind of low on gas, which is over here.
Welcome to Zippy's, where zipless service is zippily zapped and zippy service is the zippiest. Fill her up?
Just 50 cents worth, please.
Sound of pumping gas.
That'll be 50
Sound of
cents.
someone ripping
Here
gas.
you go.
Thank you, miss. Anything else?
No, thank
Please
you.
get out of my
Drive
face, Zippy.
zippily.
I think Cap Avondale is out here too, so I might as well go deal with that. I think it's out here. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh shit. Took the wrong route. Took the wrong bridge! So I'm running real low on cash. I got 35 cents to my name, people. Got a telegram.
Hi, I've got a telegram for a counselor here named Alice.
That's me. Hang on. Oh, go dry up, Jason! What a jokester. Anyway, thanks. I'm afraid I don't have any money to tip you.
That's okay.
It's
Have
the
a
new
swell
setting of
day.
Friday the 13th. They'll all be dead by tonight. Okay. Hopefully we're done with the driving section now.
Did you deliver that telegram?
I sure
Give me my
did.
money.
Good for you. Here's your money. And
Come on,
here's your
dude.
next telegram. Deliver this to Mr. Jones at Vash's Dairy. Keep up the good work.
Keep up the amazing work. Titusville.
Hi, you got those raffle tickets for me?
I sure do.
Great. And here are Mrs. Sheldon's bridge cards. One of the gals spilled Moxie all over them, but I cleaned them up real good, so let's not tell Mrs. Sheldon, okay?
Okay. Thanks for your help, Miss Jakowski.
Thanks for your help. Bye now.
Okay. I think Vash's Dairy is over here, so I might as well deal with that.
Hello. I need to deliver this telegram to Mr. Jones.
That's me. Thanks.
Why else
You
me?
can tell me I'm all wet, but I don't have any
Goofy's
money to
working
tip
Vash's
you with.
Dairy.
Wait a minute. Here, how about a nice fresh glass of milk?
No, thank you. Bye.
No one ever has any tips for you in this game, so you can get that out of your mind. No one's ever going to give you extra cash.
Did you deliver that telegram?
I sure did.
Good for you. Here's your money. And here's your next telegram. This one goes to Miss Ross at Sunnybrook Farm. Keep up the good work.
I think that's like way out of the way, so I don't want to deal with it right now. Twin Elms, where are you at?
Do you have my bridge cards?
Give
Right
me my
here.
trivet!
Good. And here is Josiah's trivet. I didn't realize when I asked to borrow it that it was such an eyesore. But once a sumptuous dish of my buff stroganoff was placed atop it, I assure you, no one noticed. Now do run along.
I don't even know
My
what a
guest will be
trivet
arriving
is.
any minute, and that dress of yours, it's, well...
Poor.
I like this dress. It's very flouncy.
Everyone just shitting on us today because we're not affluent, I guess. Okay, so I think we can finally go back to Lilac Inn. Is this cow still in the middle of the road? No. Someone got it, thank God. Lilac Inn. Hooray. We got 85 cents to our name. So what the hell's a trivet? This is the trivet? Okay. So it's like a coaster or what? Weird. Don't think you can do anything with it right now. So we can do some more checking offs. Talk to Jim Archer.
That's done.
Found out what
I'm
their
finished
seat
with
was
that.
for. Didn't answer the 4 questions yet. We didn't do that.
Check.
Got the trivet. We
I'm
got the
finished
bridge
with that.
cards. We got
Check.
the toys.
I'm finished with that.
We got the
That's
raffle
done.
tickets. We
Check.
went fishing.
That's done.
Fish, so he'll give me those raffle tickets.
I'm finished with that. Check.
Okay. So, we got some shit done. I think that might actually be a pretty good place to cut it because my voice is getting pretty worn out here.